Hi, my name is Palak Tiwari and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
We have with us Palak Tiwari, the next big thing. She is this wonderful star that we are waiting to just welcome in Bollywood and the Indian entertainment space. Pleasure having you with us on Bollywood Hungama.
It's a pleasure being here, sir. I'm so happy to meet you.
Thank you very much. How do you look at this sort of interest which is there in you as this next big thing? How do you look at it?
I mean, it's obviously very flattering, but at the same time, it's a point of great apprehension because, there are so many people that are looking at me and gladly, hoping that I do something with myself. And that pressure has always driven me. And earlier on, it was just from myself and my family, but there are some people that are, I feel like they have some hopes from me and I really don't want to let them down.
From my experience, when we see actors, actresses, there's so many people who are aspiring to do something in the film industry, in the entertainment space. Many a times they seem to be trying very hard, and somehow we get to understand that that maybe the talent is lacking and maybe they're overdoing it. But then when you come across someone like you, for example, who seems to be a natural star. So when I saw the music video of Bijli, and the introductory scene, when you arrive in itself, the body language, it is having written all over the place that this actor is going to make a mark.
So firstly, that's...
No, I mean it. I genuinely mean it. But it is something which is not easy to attain. And from my experience, I feel that it's very important for youngsters to be relaxed and to enjoy what they're doing.
True.
So how important is that element of confidence and enjoying what you do?
I think it's of paramount importance, but also coming to Bijli, and I feel with an actor, especially someone who's in the nascent stages of their career like me, I think we are very reliant on the team that we work with. And in that particular music video, I was directed by Arvinder sir, and he's a visionary himself, and he really knew what he wanted. So for someone that's so new, when I knew that there's someone who has this great vision and he really wanted Bijli to have this grandeur, and when he kind of trusted me with that and when he was so eloquent about what he wanted, I think that also helped me deliver. And but yeah, I think it's supremely important to just, be kind to yourself because this industry, I feel it's very volatile. You never know, there are brilliant highs, but then there are excruciating lows. And you have to kind of find your balance and learn how to be happy with yourself at all the vicissitudes that this line has to offer. And I think I'm still learning it. But my mother is a great example. She's always taught me that, a person only has wisdom when they're neither too happy nor too sad by anything. So that is one thing that I try to live by.
That element of equanimity to just
Yes.
be the same at all points of
Yes,
time.
yes.
That is wonderful. What is the relevance of grooming yourself? Because I think many a times it is something that is mandatory for actors. So how important is that for you?
I think it's important, but I will say, I think I have my own 2 cents about this. I feel like at this time, and I'm sure you must have heard about this as well, because it's such a pertinent topic, especially in apropos to our industry, where people speak so much about how actors need to be presentable, but at the same time there's this contradicting conversation that actors, or especially budding actresses, are kind of setting this almost unattainable standard of beauty. But I really feel like, especially for the youngsters, I've been kind of noticing that it's a standard not set by us, but set for us by the audience. I really feel the pressure because if you have the surgeries and if you have all that, then they don't like it. They have their things to say about it. But if you don't have it done, then you're unadorned and not ready. So it's like you can never really truly please an audience with how you groom yourself or your lack of, because they will always kind of reflect and portray their own insecurities onto you. But I think grooming yourself in this industry, I feel like it only has a role to play in the sense that you feel like your best self, because you always have to carry yourself with such great confidence and You know, you have to, no matter how low you are at a certain point in life, you have to be really exuberant about things, and you have to really be vivacious. And I think grooming yourself kind of just helps you with that. But I think that's all that there is to it. You know, I don't think it has any substantial value.
All right. What about this imposition of what exactly is the right body type for any actor? How does that one deal, especially a youngster like you, when you're told that you should be like this and you are like this as of now? Does that impact you?
You know, I mean, like you said, you know, I was very young. I was
You're
when
still very young.
I started getting noticed, and yes, I still am. I would like to believe so. And it's that, you know, I feel like this is my body. This is what I was born with. I'm not going to alter it because of what people need. I know I'm taking care of my health needs. I know I'm providing all the nutrition, all the exercise that my body needs to be its best self. And for me, the main objective will remain looking aesthetic enough for the screen while still doing justice to the roles that I've been given. It's not to please an audience and be their ideal body type, because there is no ideal body type. You know, we live in India. The ideal body type is, you know, a size medium. But people fat shame a size medium. When you're too skinny, then they have an issue because, oh my God, you're such a mass of bones. But if you're voluptuous and if you have some mass to yourself, oh, what is wrong with her? She's not been dieting. So like, again, it's the same, you know, toxic circle of people just never being happy. So I don't think it makes any sense paying heed to that.
And you discuss with your mother all these things?
I mean, she's kind of like the only shoulder I have to like kind of cry on, because I feel like she understands, because she's gone through the same things I have. You know, we're kind of mirroring each other, especially when it comes to I think the public opinion of us, because when she was young, she was also a very skinny girl. So I mean, genetics. So she understood like, no problem. Yeah, even I was really skinny, and then you have kids, and then you know it happens. But that doesn't really change how you're perceived on screen, because all they look at is this and what you're able to evoke in a person through this, and that's all that matters.
Okay, and what did Bijli do for you? I believe it's around 380 million views as of today. So many reels have been made on it. So many celebrities they've made reels on it. A very, very popular song as well. What has it done for you?
I think for me, when it comes to Bijli, I think one thing that I must address is that, you know, for Hardy, as established as he is, it's a huge deal for a guy that's so established and, you know, so good at what he does. He's truly an aficionado.
Right.
But for him to allow me to have as much credit as he is allowed to, you know, give me, has been just, it's been such a poignant feeling, because he could have very well said, Bijli is my song, she's just a model. But he really, you know, kind of held my hand through it, and he was like, you know, you were great in the song, and you deserve the accolades or whatever you're getting. You deserve the adulation that you're having. Because I really, for a second there, I was really just a little perturbed by it. I was like, you know, but like, why are people complimenting me? It's his song, you know, he's done it. And then I was just there, I was just assisting him. But then he's been, you know, he's like, no, you're fantastic, you were a part of it. And I think more than anything, Bijli's taught me that it really is about consanity and how well a team works together. And I think if I didn't have that, then I don't know how I'd be able to handle it. But no, I think what Bijli has done for me is that I think, had people notice me, you know, in a sense that they can see, maybe we can expect something out of her. Whereas before this, they didn't really have that. They thought I'm just some vacuous girl that's living off her mom's money. But I think now they think that maybe she does have an intention of doing something, and let's see where it gets her. So I think that's what's kind of shifted in my perception.
No, I'm sure that there's a tremendous interest around you, and the way you are papped all the time, and so there is interest for sure. When you make your first impact in the music video, the way your body language is, okay, when you arrive, say from outer space, my first thought was that this body language is saying something. With your experience, with your mother's experience, with whatever content that you like to consume, what do you think is the importance of body language for any artist in creating an impact?
I think it's very important. I think your body language also kind of has to shift with what you're playing. Like my body language obviously isn't as proper and as I would say sporty as Bijli's was supposed to be, because she's a meta-human and she's the superhero. I'm a dainty little girl, you know, but so that is something that I actually had to work on for Bijli. You know, Arvinder sir said that it needs to be a particular way because she's a superhero. She needs to command strength in the way that you comport yourself. There needs to be strength because Hardy's a masculine, he's a built guy, you know, but I need to be the one that saves him. So if I didn't kind of like get that body language right and I would just carry myself the way I do in real life, it wouldn't have been convincing.
Impactful.
Yes, so I think it's honestly very important, and it also has to alter with everything that you do, and yeah.
Did you prepare yourself mentally in terms of getting into that character? Because you said that the body language had to be a complete shift from what you are in your real life. Because, you know, I'm just trying to understand the sort of actor that you can possibly be.
For me, Bijli, I feel like I am a very bubbly girl in real life. And one thing that Arvinder sir told me is that she's a superhero and that she knows that she's powerful. And me being a newcomer on a set with extremely established people, it was hard for me to kind of assert that dominance. But I feel like I had to find it. And I'm the kind of person, I'll be however I am when the camera is not switched on, but once it's switched on, I'm like, yeah, come on Hardy, come, I'll save you. You know, and I think it was very important for me to kind of have that confidence. It almost kind of went hand in hand. I needed that confidence to play this character properly, but once I saw that, okay, maybe I'm doing it kind of well, it in turn gave me more confidence to actually do more justice to it. So I think because they really didn't, because music videos these days, you know, they have music video babes, and you know, they are, you know, they're sexualized, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's doing well for their music videos, but they said that you are not here to look pretty. You're here to be the power, you know. And for me, that was a big job, and I really wanted to be confident for it.
You mentioned that at times actresses in music videos, they tend to be maybe in a way objectified, which you're fine with that as well. But personally, you want to have maybe a certain journey. What sort of journey are you looking for yourself in the entertainment world?
A very unconventional one, because I feel like by now we have these certain rules made, and we've categorized people, and I don't like being categorized. I just don't like it. I never have, ever since I was a chinty girl. You know, I've never liked it, and I think I want to do everything I want to do. Yeah, because you know, it was unheard of that a girl debuts with a music video, and you know, when she wants to get into films, but I did it. You know, I was like, it feels right to me, and if it feels right to me, I will do it. And I think that's how I want to kind of be throughout my journey. I want to do whatever feels right, regardless of what is expected of me. You know, I want to do roles that I feel like I can add something to, because you know, we all can do parts, and no matter how minimal the role, you know, as long as you're adding something to the project that you're a part of, you know. So I think that's very important to me, that I play parts and I play roles where I know I'm doing a good enough job, that I'm adding to something, that I'm being conducive to an audience appreciating it. And as of now, that's all in my head. So
your mother is this extremely successful television star. Television has a massive reach. Now, you know, many a times we tend to have these segregations, you know, these brackets that that actors, actresses, they tend to be put in. So like, he or she is a movie star's sons or daughter. Like, say for example, you are a television star's daughter. So have you faced that? Do you think that something like this exists, or it doesn't?
I mean, of course, it exists. I wouldn't say that, you know, people tend to think that TV actors are marginalized. And perhaps maybe in the past they were, and I know that a lot of television actors have voiced their concern about the same. But I think that television actors, especially in India, are very adored. You know, so I think if there was one point of contention that I dealt with, that is, I think people expected me to be a certain way. But yes, people I think were expecting me to go into television, you know, kind of following and taking the torch in that area. And they were a little like, you know, how come you're not doing TV? But the reason why I'm not doing TV is because my mom never thought of herself as a television actor. She's always thought of herself as an actor. doing, again, what I think I got this from her, doing whatever role she feels like she can do justice to. And she's always told me कि तुम जहाँ पे भी acting करो, just do it in a way that you are kind of getting a message across. Otherwise, don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste an audience's time, because an audience's time is what gets this industry running. So unless you know that you're doing it and you're doing it well enough and that you have the drive to get better, don't even try. She's always told me this, and that's all. That's all that has mattered to me. Like I said, I want to break these little categories that they've put people into, and I've never thought of TV for whatever reason. It just never came into my mind. I've always aimed at films, and I know people kind of thought that was a little unconventional at first, but that's always been the plan.
Okay, and apparently you're making this big film debut. So please tell us something about it.
Actually, right now, so I can't like really divulge in all the details, but yeah, it's a remake of a Tamil film, and I'm very, very, very excited for it to, be shared with an audience, because I think it's so important to kind of believe in what you're doing. And the character that I'm playing in this particular film is one that I truly hold very dear to my heart. So I'm very, very excited for the audiences to kind of like have an opinion of it and love it or have whatever they have to say about it. But I just really want them to see it, because I know how hard the entire team has worked, and they've worked assiduously and they've really given their all to it. So yeah, I really am very keen to know how people perceive it.
So has it been started? Has it already started? Will it be?
Yeah, yes, I've wrapped my part of it. So maybe the part where the audience sees it is sooner than we might think. So yeah, I'm just really looking
So the
forward
film
to that.
is complete.
Yes, it's
The shooting and everything is complete.
It's
But you're not revealing any details.
No, I think I'm going to leave that to my producers.
That's interesting. So this is now you're using a very fine vocabulary, assiduously and vicissitude. So do you like to read as well?
I actually was a reader when I was younger, but I've always just been very interested in kind of the etymology of words. I really like being very eloquent. I don't like it when I'm not understood. So I always wanted to be in a way that I don't, because for a girl, especially when you look a certain way, people expect you to be a little dumb. So I think it's very important for me that I am always making myself perfectly clear, so that there is no kind of equivocation as to what did she say, what was she trying to say, what did she mean, and so that people can't misinterpret it. So I try to be as clear with my words as I possibly can be, and I've always had love for the language. And I love learning new things. I like bettering myself every day. It's just that. Nothing into reading. My mom's a reader, not me. I can't read.
Okay, and what are your views on Instagram?
Now, this might be a little controversial. I love the app. I think it's fun. But, and I know I'm going to really, people are not going to believe me. But I just don't think that I would be as active on it if I didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Asha, why is that?
Because I'm not a girl that likes, constantly getting clicked. I like to be in the moment. I really do. But sometimes you have to, and this is a part of the job. And I love the job, so I will do whatever it takes to be. And it's a way to connect with an audience that you're hoping to kind of serve in the future. So I do it for that sense, so that people get an idea of who I am and what I am, but not exactly because, oh my God, I love Instagram. I can't wait to post. I've never been that person.
I was watching your reel with your mom on Bijli, and I think it said that you guys look sisters, which I think is also true. Now, so we have followed Shweta's journey from the entire. From the beginning. We've seen Bigg Boss as well, and we've seen the tough times that she has been through as well. How much of efforts made by her in terms of giving you like a regular and normal childhood, how has that impacted you as an individual?
I feel like she's always been very conscientious. She's always worked the hardest, and not because घर पे पैसे लाने हैं, not because of that, because she truly loves her job. And that's one thing that's impacted me. And because of that, which is why I was telling you, sir, I wouldn't have taken this career path if I didn't love it. Because one thing she's told me always is, one thing that you need to respect and have utmost reverence for is the job that you do, whatever job it is. So if you're doing it anyway, it's convenient, then don't do it. And so that is one thing that I've picked up from her. And she truly worked very hard, and she did things that, I mean, I guess I would like to believe that she broke stereotypes. You know, she had controversies and she had this and that, but she stuck to what she knew and she did it well. And she's only just led by example. She's always told me, you know, तुम्हारा चाहे जो भी हो जाए, if you work hard and if you do well, then you will always do well. If you're a good actor and if people can kind of relate to the message that you're relaying, then nothing else matters. Which is, I think, also why, coming back to a previous question of yours, I don't kind of linger in what's happening, what do people think of me, because I'm just saying, keep working, if they like it, it'll happen. Keep working, if they like it, it'll happen. That's it.
How does a youngster react to all these link-up stories? How do you react to them?
It's just conjecture, so I just take it as conjecture. And for me, and anyone that believes whatever, honestly, my commiserations to them. I'm like, theek hai, believe kar lo. You know, you're only taking in information that's inaccurate, but if it makes you happy, then take it. But it's not true, yeah. And you know, like, I feel like I'm in a place in my life where I don't have time for any link up. I hardly see my friends these days. I just want to focus on myself, and romantically, so there's a long time. So any link up story that's about to come in the future also, let me just debunk it now, it's a lie.
You know, I'll just share something what I just came across on YouTube today. I'll just share it like very objectively. Okay, so I was just so all these videos of you and Ibrahim in a car, and you know वो thumbnail भी बनाते हैं ना, उसके अंदर वो सब चीजें थी. And then there was another video which had the thumbnail that 2 हफ्ते dating हुई अभी breakup हो गया. And then there was another video where Shweta was there, and Shweta was at the airport, and she is looking back, and there is Ibrahim, and ये कि इब्राहिम दामाद जी को बोल रही हैं. So I was like, ये हो क्या रहा है ये? कोई कह रहे हैं 2 हफ्ते डेटिंग हुई थी अभी ब्रेकअप हो चुका है, कोई कह रहे हैं कि दैट वो श्वेता जो है उनको दामाद बुला रही हैं. So I was like baffled that, you know, this is too much to take for.
I completely agree with you, sir. I've been baffled since it happened. I was like, okay, you know, it was fine. It'll kind of run its course and then it'll go. But Ari, it's not running its course, only it's going on and on. And I was like, Ari, khatam kar do yaar. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. If anything, I find it humorous, and that's that.
No, एक कोई वीडियो था उसमें करीना कपूर है, और करीना कपूर का उसमें वो लगा हुआ है कि वो नवाब है, उसके बारे में मत सोचो. So I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Are you a trained dancer?
Very frankly, no. Because I did do dance classes when I was a kid, but it was like for vocational purposes, you know, nothing to train me for. But I do work very hard. So when I have dance sequences, I do practice more than the usual person, and I kind of put all my in, and I end up getting injured also, but it's fine because I just, at the end of the day, because I'm not a trained dancer, for whatever reason I couldn't work on that, because while I was in IGCSE, and it was tough, you know, and I was in debate teams and all of that, so couldn't really give dancing the time that I hoped I would have, but I'm kind of making up for that now, and I'm like making up in half.
All right, and you're featuring in Mangta Hai Kya, a remake song, I believe.
Oh yeah, I am.
So I'm really looking forward to that, because I think Urmila was outstanding, and Urmila and Amir.
Yeah.
It was sensational at that point of time.
Truly.
So.
And the thing is that now, see, their version, which was brilliance, nobody is ever going to refute that, has been there and it's going to be there. It's atemporal. All of posterity will see it. But for me, the reason I was a part of this song, because the remake that they've made, I know everyone says it, but I love the song. I truly love the song. And my agent, he loves the song. I know, like, every time I go into his office, that song is always playing. So he loves that song.
So who has remade it?
Tips. So the original maker. So I think that's why they kind of knew the essence of it.
So the same song, or someone else is singing it?
No, someone else is singing it. We have new singers. We have Diksha Toor. She's a phenomenal talent. And we have Aditya Narayan, and we
Oh, okay.
all know how brilliant he is. So yeah, it was amazing working with all of them, and it's with Aditya Seal, and he's also quite the charmer on
Okay, so
screen.
Aditya Seal is there in the music.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's opposite me, so even he's quite the charmer. And we, I think how I used to hear people say in interviews कि हमने तो shoot किया और बहुत मजा आया. And I've really enjoyed shooting everything. I've always enjoyed, but proper masti I've not done until I got onto this set. It was so much fun. I have had so much fun because it's like very, childlike, and they're basing it on a school story, and there are a bunch of elements to it. So it's very young and very fun. We had so much fun.
Okay, that's amazing. Rapid fire with Palak Tiwari. What one rule set by the society that you think girls should not follow?
How to dress, how to look, and how to be. That's 3, sorry.
An advice you received from your mom that you will never ever forget?
Work hard or don't work at all.
What one kind of competition you think you can never win against your mother?
Everything.
One good and one bad thing about being a celebrity's daughter?
One good thing is that you get tips from the source itself. One bad thing is that that people always make assumptions about your relationship with your mother. That always falls.
All right. If your house was on fire, what 3 things would you run back and to get?
Riansh's photo album. My hamsters, and not a thing, but still I would really like to save them. My hamsters and my diary.
Your diary. You write a diary?
It's like a notepad where I write all the things that I want to do in a day. And
All right.
that.
Okay. Imtiaz Ali's love stories or Karan Johar's love stories your favorite?
But I will say Karan Johar's love story.
Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 in following things: keeping secrets,
7.
academics,
5.
actor,
I'm going to let everyone else decide. I'm not going to say anything.
dancer,
Dancer, I will say a solid 7.
telling lies.
10.
Okay, which celebrity you'd want to say following things to? Where do you get these quirky captions for your pictures?
Where you get these quirky captions for your pictures? I think, okay, wait, I'm going to be so bad at this. My mother, because she never, if you read her captions, if you see her post, they're never in sync. So I never know what she's doing. But yes, my mother.
Where do you get so much energy from? Which celebrity you'd like to say?
Ranveer
this?
Singh.
Ranveer Singh.
Don't we all want to know?
Would you rather be forced to listen to the same 10 songs on repeat for the rest of your life, or forced to watch the same 5 movies on repeat for the rest of your life?
Forced to watch the same 5 movies for the rest of my life, because I know exactly what movies they will be, and I will be very happy.
Which movies will they be?
Okay, now I'll have to think. But Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, Maine Pyar Kiya, Lagan. Oh, I also really liked 83, and I think one that I also Frozen. I love that film.
Would you rather never have a life without air conditioning or never be able to use deodorant?
I think never be able to use deodorant, because if I'm in the AC, then I won't sweat.
All right, that's interesting. Would you rather date a boy who is less romantic but very emotional, or a boy who is very emotional but less romantic?
I think very emotional but less romantic, because I think your emotional quotient really matters. Grand gestures don't.
Would you rather play Paro in Devdas's remake or Chandramukhi?
Paro.
All right. Would you rather never be able to wear your favorite clothes or never use Instagram in life?
Never be able to use Instagram. Clothes matter.
If you could, what would you? If you could ask a genie for any one thing?
If I could ask a genie for any one thing, it would be my mom's nose.
If you could put yourself in any Bollywood classic?
Oh my god, there's so many. Yeah, but these questions are because they were also very irreplaceable. But I will have to say Madhubala's Tarana, because I just want to say
Tarana?
I love that film. I just want to
Interesting.
say, or Amar. She was even that was very Amar.
Oh, that's very interesting, because usually it will be like a Mughal-e-Azam or something. These are very unconventional choices.
I know, and
You
Amar.
like watching old films?
I'm a die-hard Madhubala fan. So anything with her, I've seen it, and even Dilip ji.
For a youngster to have this kind of choices is really interesting.
Thank you.
Honestly, it's very interesting. If you could spend a day with any celebrity?
If I could spend a day with any celebrity, I think it would have to be Salman sir. He is always just such a he's, I think, the funniest person in a room always. And
You were there and on Big Boss, you guys shook leg as well.
Yes,
on,
yes,
on
yes.
Bijli, I believe.
yes. He's amazing. So Salman sir.
Palak, we have another segment. This is basically we've taken a few comments on your Instagram posts.
Okay, great.
And let's see what your fans have been saying. So this is your picture with vacuum cleaner in hand. So this comment is from Paritosh Sandhu.
Hi, Paritosh.
आपके हाथ में तो वैक्यूम क्लीनर भी फैशनेबल लगता है 100 रुपये का वैक्यूम क्लीनर 1000 रुपये का हो जाता होगा.
Well, that's very sweet, Paritosh. Thank you.
On Palak's picture with a kite. This is Ajit Sahu. पलक शायद मैंने तुम्हारी पतंग काटी है. सेम पतंग कल मेरे छत पे आ गई थी. मैंने ही काटी थी. प्लीज कंफर्म कटी थी क्या आपकी पतंग?
I'm sorry, अजित जी, पर वो मैंने कभी उड़ाई नहीं थी क्योंकि वो बस हमने रियाज को दिखाने के लिए लाए थे हम.
बट इनकी जो chain of thoughts.
It's brilliant. I'm always shook.
That is something which is interesting. On your Palak's happy Bhai Dooj pic. बेचारा बच्चा घर जाके जरूर रोया होगा बहुत. इतने अच्छे फेस पे बाल डाल दिए.
That picture, more than anyone, was a great point of friction between my mother and she's like, if you're posting a picture, why are you hiding his face like that? And I, now very narcissistically, I didn't see him. Like, I just saw, oh, Riyansh and me, but I didn't see that my hair was covering his picture. I was only looking at my face. So I just posted it and I didn't realize. So I was like, sorry, mom.
On Palak's picture with the caption, yellow, yellow, sanskari fellow. This is Nidhi Sampath. Wah, meri female version of Shah Rukh Khan. Same to same pose.
I don't even, did I do that pose? But I'm very flattered by that comment. Thank you, Nidhi.
On your picture with Shweta where they are reading books, Arjun Desai ka comment hai. Book says one of us is lying. Shweta's expression that Palak are like, सबको पता है, सबसे बड़ी झूठी तू ही है.
I'm sorry, मैंने इतना क्या झूठ बोल दिया. But actually, this actually goes with the fact that I said I'm a 10 on 10 liar.
I was just about to
So
say
he's
that.
on to something. I will say that.
just about to say that.
Might
Okay.
be clairvoyant.
On Palak's picture with a friend near TV.
Near TV.
This is Sajid Ikhlaq. No one should click pic with you because हम दूसरे को देखते ही नहीं जब तुम पिक्चर में होती हो.
Thank you.
Okay. On Palak's happy Holi picture, this is Sayali Pandey. काश होली इतनी ही क्यूट और स्वीट होती जितनी तुम्हें देख के लग रही है. हम तो खुद को पहचानते भी नहीं होली के दिन.
नहीं, मैं भी खुद को नहीं पहचानती थी, इसलिए मैंने खुद ही कलर लगाया था क्योंकि अगर और कोई लगाता तो फिर मैं कोई और ही लगती फिर.
All right, this is on Palak's picture in swimming pool. This is Neha Sarode. Thanks for letting me know कि you also have middle class girl habits. मुझे लगता है ऐसे टंग बाहर निकाल के सिर्फ हम लोग ही सेल्फीज लेते हैं. Lol.
टंग बाहर निकालने में, I didn't know there's a class to it, but you're welcome. But it's a very, I think it's a cool thing also. Tongue selfies, please.
Do these comments at times baffle you that क्या intention होता है and how people tend to react?
I find them very amusing because it's like you just put out a picture, you've not thought about it, and then but they have like they have 10 different theories about what's happening in the picture. So I love it. It's very entertaining.
That's amazing.
Hi, my name is Palak Tiwari and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.